I'm so crazy in love with you.
Why me?
Because I like to watch you play. You go to another place. You get this crease in your forehead right there.
Hello, welcome to What the Flick. I'm Christy, this is Alonzo. We're gonna talk about If I Stay, the latest dying girl movie based on a YA book. Take it away.
So yes, The Fault in Our Stars isn't even on DVD yet, and now we get another one. But I like this one better, actually. Chloë Grace Moretz plays a young cellist with a great deal of promise, and she is dating a pretty indie rock boy from her high school, played by Blackley. And things seem to be going hunky-dory until she and her family get into a car accident. She goes into a coma, and while her body is in ICU, her spirit roams the halls of the hospital. And will she stay or will she go? Take a look.
Isn't it amazing how life is one thing and then in an instant it becomes something else? That could never exist again.
Mom! Dad! Daddy! You wake up! Am I dying? Is that what this is?
One female's critical en route to Portland now.
Someone just talk to me, please, just help me!
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Poor kid's waking up an orphan. If she wakes up,
Here's the secret, baby. If you live, if you die, it's all up to you.
Say something.
Life is this big, fat, gigantic mess. That's the beauty of it, too, you know?
Please, I just want to feel you touch me.
I'm not dumb enough to think that I can fix what happened.
You can't.
But I'll do anything.
I can't lose you.
So did you read this book?
I did not.
I made myself read this book. Okay, so
you're so good about that.
Sometimes, and that'll be helpful when we have to review 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Boy.
So this is very faithful to the structure of the book in the back and forth element of it. You know, the out of body experience and the flashbacks that catch you up on who she is and why things matter. For me, reading her floating around, Spirit Mia floating around, works better for me conceptually than like seeing her hovering over her own comatose body.
I mean, it kind of reminded me, there's a scene like that in Topper. I think that's sort of an old trope. Right. What bugged me was I didn't quite get the rules of this thing. Like, when she's yelling at her body to wake up, who's she talking to?
She's talking to herself.
I know, but I mean, can she just hop back in?
She cannot. That's why, okay, spoiler,
Okay, they don't
spoiler,
explain
spoiler.
that. They don't explain that in the movie.
All right, spoiler, no. Okay, so I can't even say it.
No,
but
I mean,
in the book they explain she can't pass through walls. In the book they explain like she can't go through doors. That's why she'll have to sneak into the door of the operating room.
You get the door thing in the movie, but they're never clear about is her, because the movie acts like this is her decision, but they never underscore, is it her decision or is it something else? Because that affects the drama. You know, it's one thing if it's about her deciding, yes, I want to live, and it's another thing if it's, well, it all depends on, you know, how her you know, body goes and if the ventilator, whatever, you know. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like the movie never spells out what the stakes are and who's in charge of this.
But you have the nurse whispering into her ear, which is about to go into surgery. This is all up to you.
Well, right, exactly.
So she can choose to have the will to fight and stay.
But if it is up to her, then it seems like for a lot of the movie, she wants to go on living, but then what? But then what? How does that? I guess, I don't know. I really needed to know how this was going to work to get invested. It's like, does she want to, but she can't, or does she decide? And anyway, that aside, Chloë Grace Moretz is terrific.
Right,
she's
always.
great. She makes this thing work almost single-handedly. There are some good performances. I like Stacy Keach as her grandfather. She and Blackley. It's funny, I remember there was like a couple scenes in a row where they have these really just sort of hokey dialogue that I wasn't buying at all. And then he gets on stage and sings with his rock band, and she's up front in the audience, and the way they look at each other, I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm gonna ignore those last 4 stupid scenes, and that look is enough to make me believe in this relationship.
Yeah, all the flashback stuff works much better than the present day hovering over her body stuff for me. And you really need that flashback stuff to fortify the story and to care, because a lot of the present day stuff is hokey and is awkwardly staged. R.J. Cutler made this movie. He did the documentary, the September issue about Vogue magazine.
A Perfect Candidate. Yeah. It's his first.
It's his first feature.
His first narrative feature.
Okay.
But he has directed a bunch of Nashville, the TV show.
Okay. And I like their chemistry so much together,
Yeah.
and there's a really nice naturalism about them both. She doesn't make a bad choice ever, I don't think, whether it's something this or the Carrie remake or playing Hit Girl in the Kick-Ass movies. She's really good at being kind of girlish and wise simultaneously, and she's very, I want to say aggressive or accessible is the word I'm looking for. Thank you so much. And so, yeah, she definitely does save it. Mireille Enos, I like her very much as her mom. She and Justin Leonard play the cool rock star parents.
Cool rock star parents got on my nerves.
Really?
Well, because they kept establishing their cool bona fides, you know? It's like, yes, we get it. You're the cool indie rock parents. Shut up. I don't blame the actors as much as the script, but it's like, oh,
But I think that's relevant in that she always feels like an outsider in her own family,
Sure.
right? And so they have to keep establishing like they're cool to reinforce how nerdy she feels, I guess.
This is one of those movies where I could see how emotionally manipulative it was being, and then occasionally I would let it manipulate me anyway. You know, where I would just suddenly like get a little, and you know, it's kind of like 100-Foot Journey, where it's like, oh damn it, movie, you know, you got me again. And there were like 2 or 3 of those in this one where I just it did kind of sneak up on me. So
I'll tell you what, the ending is powerful. There was major sobbing and snuffling going on in my theater, and I read the book, and I will admit that I got a little choked up. I knew it was coming, but still, it's Stacy Keach. There are some quietly powerful moments.
Stacy Keach and
her best friend is Liana Liberato, who is good too.
Yes, she's good. The Fireside Hootenanny, actually.
That is awkward on the page as well.
No, actually, that was one of the moments that made me kind of get sniffly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that kind of didn't work for me.
Yeah. So this movie is bullshit, but it's well acted. So I give it a 5. I'm just going to sort of slice it down the middle.
I give it a 6. So our average is 5.5. It is at 33%. You all are cold-hearted critics. Our friend Justin Chang, you know what his joke was? That this should have been called The Fault in Our Cars.
Ooh.
I wish I'd thought of that.
I was calling it Hit Girl in a Coma.
Oh, I know. It's serious, yes. All right, so 33% is where it is on the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter. Not doing very well. I think it'll do well with its target audience,
Totally.
though.